got a very simple yet effective method that's going to help you land your next 10 agency clients without cold calling. So this works if you're obviously an agency owner, if you're a B2B. Take out a sheet of paper because I'm going to be giving you guys some very actionable steps. My name is Patrick Thomason. I'm the founder at createmrr.com. I hold nothing back. This channel gives nothing but value as far as client acquisition, business, marketing, sales, copywriting, MRR, everything in the above. So go ahead and subscribe if this is something that you are actually looking to implement or get better at in your business. So the first thing I have for you guys is to create a base of content. Now, a lot of you guys, what you have to understand is that there's a multitude of agency owners or B2B guys out here in the marketplace. And most of the time, you're not the only person selling the service or product in your offer. And so the first thing we have to understand is that you have competition. And so with that being said, how do you separate yourself? I promise you, if you bring two copywriters into the room and one of them posts on YouTube consistently and the other one has no social media presence and doesn't post on YouTube, the one that posts on YouTube will always sign the client and will always sign more clients because their face is in front of the camera, their brand is being built up, and there's somebody that shows that they have value. Like this channel, it's in my best interest and my best hope for me to give you as much value as possible so you can kind of trust me as a figure who's done this stuff, who's launched and scaled offers past $14,000 within the first 4 weeks, who's actually doing this stuff right now, building up createmrr.com, working with 20 plus inner circle clients right now, helping them build recurrent frameworks in their agency to scale predictably and stack on $20,000 in monthly recurring revenue in 3 months. Like, it's my best hope for you guys to have so much trust in me to be able to feel comfortable in handing me money someday. If that's the goal, that's great. Now, what we have to understand is that if you don't post these videos on YouTube or on Instagram, it doesn't even matter. If you don't post them, you'll have no presence. You'll have no authority online, and you'll just be somebody who just outreaches. If you have an omnipresent brand, in other words, you're seen across all these different platforms, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, you will be trusted more. Your face will be seen more, and you will become an actual authority figure in your niche. So if you want that and you want to sign more clients, have a solid base of 6 to 12 YouTube videos and Instagram Reels talking about the desired outcome of your product or your service. That's all you have to do. This is step 1. It's a very easy pillar. To land your next 10 clients without cold calling, start off by doing this. Now, this is not going to attract your ideal ICP extremely quickly. It's going to take time to attract your ideal ICP. And it wasn't until I uploaded, I think, over 100 videos on this channel until I actually started attracting the right ICP. But more on that later. You want to just have the solid base of content, not for the sole purpose of converting eyeballs into high-paying members or high-paying clients, but for the actual benefit and service of just being out there and providing value. So the second thing is outreach like crazy. Now, what we want to do is we want to not only just spray and pray, we want to have quantifiable variables that actually make us win. We want to track our variables. And so if you're outreaching on LinkedIn, you can say, look, okay, cool. So if you have one metric where you are sending, let's say 100 outbound messages a day, so OB messages a day, let's say that's your metric. And so from there, what you can do is you can look at all the B2B guys or all the B2C guys, whatever your product or service entails, you're going to outreach to 100 outbound prospects. And so this is just called outbound prospecting. It's very easy. It's very cold. This is a colder acquisition technique. It's not as bad as cold calling because cold calling honestly sucks. Nobody picks up, nobody hangs up. You're better just spamming out DMs. I'm going to give you guys an organic method, and then I'll give you guys a paid method as well. And so the 100 outbound messages, what you can do from here is you need to be tracking your metric per response. So you send 100 a day. Okay, cool. At the end of the day, make a Google Doc, a Google spreadsheet, something that says, okay, cool, 10 people responded. So if you sent 100 outbound messages a day and 10 people responded, what's your response rate? 10%. Most of you guys aren't even doing this. I don't care if you've been sending out cold outreaches for the past 5 years. If you're not tracking what you've been doing in the specific types of people who you've reached out to in the outbound messages, and you're not tracking any of these quantifiable variables, you're going to fail. Just because you have no metrics with your business and you're making all these emotional decisions when you don't even know what works or what doesn't work. And so what we can do is we can test the initial headline, or what? How do you say that? We want to test the initial sort of outbound message. We want to test, yo, just reach out here, just network. How's business been? Or saw you're in XYZ niche. Wanted to ask you if you're currently implementing XYZ. Hey, are you currently getting ABC? I want to show you how to get desired result. So like we want to test these different messages. And so if you have a 10% response rate, you can now go from, okay, cool, 10 people responding a day. Well, how many people book in a call? And I'm just giving out fake numbers here. I think when I was doing this heavy on LinkedIn, this was about my rate. It was about 10%. So for every 100 outbound messages I would send, 10 people would respond back. And then I'd be able to book in about 10% of those people. So I'd probably get about an appointment per day. And actually, you guys have a lot of limiting beliefs. I booked in 70 qualified appointments when I was in the trenches myself a few months ago, just doing outbound prospecting on LinkedIn. I wasn't running any paid ads. This YouTube channel wasn't getting a lot of traction. I wasn't actually getting a lot of responses. I wasn't getting a lot of inbound leads. I was doing this stuff. Like, I'm not just pulling this shit out of my ass. Like, I've sent the hundreds of LinkedIn messages a day. You're just not doing enough. Like, that's just simply put. More people need to know about your offer for it to sell. I promise you, you probably don't have a bad business. You probably just have a bad mechanism of reaching people. Go to LinkedIn. You're B2B anyways. If you're an agency or B2B business, you're business owner to business owner, business to business. So everybody hangs out on LinkedIn. That's why I said LinkedIn on Instagram. If you're B2C, go on Instagram. It's gonna be a lot of consumers there. So I would probably book in about an appointment or two a day. It was my rate. Actually, I remember days I would book in like 4 appointments or something like that. So now we can say, okay, cool. If you book in an appointment a day, right, that's 7 appointments in a week. So 7 per week, okay? And I want you guys to write this down. Write down 100 outbound messages a day. 10 responded at a 10% response rate. Cool, that's 10%, very easy. And so from those 10 people that responded, if one of them was appointment set by you, that's an appointment a day. That's 30 appointments in a month. And so roughly in about 7 days, I would take about 7 appointments. And I think my close rate at this time was about 30%. So I was probably signing about a client or 2 a week. I would say 1 to 2 clients per week. So if we were to really lowball it and say I'm getting 1 client per week, we can say that all I need to do to get a client is send 700 outbound messages on LinkedIn. Do you see how easy that was? But you're spraying and praying on LinkedIn. You're spraying and praying on Instagram Reels. You're spraying and praying on TikTok. You're spraying and praying on YouTube, hoping this thing will go viral and get you traction. But you're operating in a B2C mindset, as one of my buddies who says, Thomason, if you're watching this, you're a GOAT, dude. He's passed 6 figures a month of his business, and he's been able to drop me some insane value. And so he goes, dude, like, most of these guys operate in B2C mindsets as a consumer. That's why it's easy to sell the dream. The actual B2B guys, the actual business owners, operate on a completely different level. If I'm talking to a business owner right now, I'd say, yeah, our cost per acquisition is about 700 outbound messages per client. So our cost per acquisition is about 700 outbound messages. And they go, okay, cool. If I'm talking to a consumer, it's like, you're going to send 700 messages this week and then land a client. Like, do you see the difference in language? Obviously, not everybody talks like that. It's very black and white, but you get the point. These are the metrics you have to track, and this is how you make it more quantifiable. And so if you wanted those 100 outbound messages, you wanted 20 people to respond, then test the first message that you send them. It's not that hard. You just have to do more volume. Now, I'm covering organic pretty heavy here, but I'm about to get into paid ads. Most of my audience doesn't have the financial capital to run paid ads, so this is why I'm harping on organic really hard. But paid ads is obviously the quickest and most effective way to scale any offer. That's proven. And so if you wanted to test the headlines, 1 week, have 1 message that you send with the same headline, the same opener. That was the word, the same opener, have the same message for a week. And then the next week, if you're saying, look, I'm only getting about 10% response rate, okay, cool. Let me go ahead and split out that opener. Let me choose a different opener. Then that week you only convert at 7%, respond rate. Okay, cool. Let's tweak it again. And then you hit 12%. Like, you have to play with these metrics, because I promise you, it's probably not the offer. If somebody else is running the same offer you are, it's proven. That's a fact. Like, people are running I'm going to get your agency from $3,000 to $6,000 a month out of the churn and burn phase to $20,000 a month and recurring profit. I'm not the only one who's running this stuff. What makes me different is the fact that I'm actually doing this and I love teaching and I love that I'm doing this myself. Like, I'm not a hypocrite. I'm still very much in the fulfillment of side of my program and things like that. And so that's what you have to do. So I encourage you for the next week, if you have no money to run paid ads, if you can't get your hands on $50 or $100, whatever it is, to even just see what your click-through rate is. If you can't even get your hands on that, cool, whatever. I want you to do this. And I literally want you to comment or shoot me a message on Instagram and tell me that you've been sending 100 outbound messages on LinkedIn if you're B2B every single day. And I want you to send me a screenshot of your Google Doc. And if you won't, I will pay you $500 if this doesn't make any sense. And if you don't find any results, I'll literally give you $500. If you come to me with a screenshot of a Google Doc and you show me, look, these are my outbound messages, these are my response rate, I'm not closing any appointments, what am I doing wrong? And like, you won't even need me at that point because you'll understand what is wrong. If your response rate is low, it's what you're saying. If your booking call rate is low, it's really bad, but you're getting responses, it's because you're not good at appointment setting. So this allows you to pinpoint what you're bad at. And it's probably appointment setting. It's a very, very crucial skill for running your own business. I tell you that for a fact. The second thing is paid ads. Now, paid ads, you can land your next 10 clients without cold calling and without outbound messages with paid ads. And you don't need a large budget. I'm gonna show you guys exactly how. I'm giving out so much game here. So I just showed you how to land your next 10 clients pretty much in, what was that, about 9 or 10 weeks max. You can probably do that in 4 or 5 weeks if you really hit the ground running on outbounds. And so for paid ads, this is what I really like to do. I like to run one paid ad to one landing page. Okay? Hear me out. So right now I'm currently running, I would say about 50, I'm running 50 page views a day. So right now I'm running ads at $50 a day to a landing page that's a free training. So it's the first link down below. And it's basically a free training about how you systemize recurring frameworks that we do in CMRR, how I personally build them out for you and put them in your B2B business or agency to help you scale, get out of the churn and burn phase to $20,000 and recurring profit, back to doing what you love, whatever it is. So I'm running an ad. It's an ad. I have my phone right here. Let's pretend this is my phone. I say, yo, if you're an agency or B2B business, I got something super special for you. Free training about how I scaled from $3,000 to $6,000 a month past $20,000 a month in recurring profit. Click the link down below, but check out the free training. I'll see you guys on the other side, like something like that. And so I'll send that, blast it off to Meta, give Mark Zuckerberg $50 a day for ads, and I'll get about 50 page views. From there, my conversion rate is about 10%. So for every 50 people that land on the page, 5 of them give me their phone number, email, and name for the free training. So in exchange, to absolutely change your life, you just have to give me your phone number, your email. That way I collect you as a lead. You're in my newsletter. I can contact you if I want to, or if you need some more help, and we can get in touch. That's the entire point of it. It's not to trap you in. It's not to send your information to a third party and ship it across overseas. It's not because of that. It's because you're an interested prospect, and if you're actually serious about scaling your business, then I'm here for you because I have the frameworks to do so. And so 50 page views a day at a 10% opt-in rate, I get 5 leads a day. This is roughly, we're obviously scaling up about 10, around 10. So 5 opt-ins a day. Cool. Out of those 5 opt-ins a day, let's say you appointment set about 2 to 3 calls per day. And that's seriously just because if 5 people every single day are warm or interested in your product or service, they're much more likely to pick up the phone and hop on a call with you or be appointment set to a call on Zoom later on in the week or something like that, because they've shown interest in your product or service. They've shown interest in your lead magnet. They've shown interest that they want to scale their agency. And hell, most of you guys that are watching this video probably run some sort of business, some sort of online business. And so you want to scale it. Like, you want to have a consistent flow of leads to where you don't have to worry about signing clients and you don't have to worry about where your next client's coming from. You want to have predictability in your business. You want to take this thing to the next level. You want to scale it with infrastructure. It's like you heard about all this stuff and you're interested. And so out of those 5 opt-ins, let's say lowball, you book 2 appointments a day, right? So that's roughly what you book, like, about a little under 30% you book. So 2 appointments a day, that puts you at 14 appointments a week and roughly about 60 appointments a month. And so let's do the math here. If your close rate, let's say, is 30% at worst, industry average, it's about 18 new clients a month. And so you can basically say that, look, I'm going to sign 18 new clients a month very easily because I put $50 into an ad that gives my page 50 views a day. Okay? Hang with me here and write this down. $50 a day into ads gives my landing page 50 page views a day. At a 10% opt-in rate, that's 5 leads every single day. From there, I call them up, or my appointment setter calls them up, and they book in about 2 of them. Book in about 2 out of those 5 leads every single day for a discovery call, an implementation call, a sales call, a training call, whatever it is, you book them in for a call. And then you close them. You close about 30% of them. So that's about 18 clients in a month. And you only take 60 calls, 2 calls a day. That's how easy it is to scale. And whatever your sticker price is, mine's $2,000. That's what? $36,000. That's how easy it is, guys. It just comes down to math. And so you can understand that I can sign a client every single day if I just increase my ad spend. That's it. Because when you build out a recurring framework like what we do in CMRR, it becomes so much easier. Laying your next 10 clients just becomes a mathematical equation. And I wish I had it on the screen here, but here's this for you guys. I hope take a screenshot or write this down. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. I mean, I'm terrible at school and math and everything, and this is very straightforward. It's about $1 a page view. So 50 page views every single day, 10% opt-in rate, you're getting 5 leads every single day, 5 opt-ins. You call them up immediately throughout the day, and you set about 2. You set 2 leads a day. That's 2 appointments a day. Do that for 30 days, that's 60 appointments in a month. And you close about 30% of them, something like that. It's 18 new clients. That's why I say paid ads is extremely, it's not easy. You have to crack the right creative, and you have to be able to pour a bunch of money down the drain before things could actually work. There's no promise with anything, especially with cold outreach and especially with paid ads. It's entrepreneurship. It's not you can't just get up on the surfboard and start whipping it. Shit takes time, but being inside of a program that gives you the key, that gives you the proven recurring framework, gives you these personalized custom game plans for your own niche, for your own offer, for your own self, where I get to work one-on-one with you and tell you exactly what to do so your success becomes undeniable, is kind of the point of speeding up the process. That's why I paid thousands of dollars for coaching. That's why my program, CMRR, is just $2,000, because that obviously outweighs the 10, 20 times of that amount that you could possibly pay for. And I'm not even afraid to say the price of my program, because I know it changes lives, and I know it's meant for a select amount of people that are actually wanting to scale predictably and land their next 10 clients. So I'm not here to plug CMR. Enough of that. Second link down below if you want to go check it out. But that's how you make your success quantifiably successful. So I want all of you guys for the next week to literally just write down your inputs. I gave you guys the organic strategy, and then I gave you guys the paid ad strategy. If you don't do paid ads, cool. Focus on organic. Create a Google Doc or write it down and say, I am going to send 100 outbound LinkedIn messages every single day. Purchase the free trial of Sales Navigator. Use Instagram if you have to, even if you're B2B. Just send out 100. Make sure you type the message and click send to 100 people every single day. I don't care what avenue you use. Use LinkedIn, use Instagram, use Twitter if you have to. Use anything you can get your hands on. But I want you to send the same message every single day for a week, 100 of them every single day, and write it down and track how many people opened or how many people responded to me. Okay, cool, that's my response rate. How many people did I appointment set? Okay, cool, that's my appointment set rate. Do it for a week, and I promise your business will change. And so that was the instructional video for today. I'm gonna be coming up with a very unedited raw video in a little bit, but that should have given you guys so much clarity in of itself. Thank you guys for watching at the end. If you want to go check out CMRR, go down below. Go ahead and enter in the program. If not, join the revenue. It's our newsletter. We show you how to stack monthly recurring revenue like an absolute G. I give you guys more free game in that newsletter as well. More free game than on this YouTube channel too. With that being said, you guys have a great rest of your day. Hope you guys got some key takeaways, and cheers to landing your next 10 clients, because if you watch this entire video, you're going to go do just that. I am very confident you will. Peace.